distillation is industry chemistry. Large amount of the fluid.
In this video, we will learn about distillation column and gas absorption column. So, first of all, we need to know what is distillation and how the mixture being splattered during that process.
Today, my friend Muhammad Ikhwan Bezamri and I, Muhammad Syahid Berrazmi, will present about PET column distillation. Now I will tell about the definition of distillation. Distillation is a process where a liquid and or vapor mixture that contain two or more substances will be separated into its component fraction of desired purity. Now I will tell about how the mixture be separated during distillation. It is based on the volatilities in boiling point liquid phase. If the substance have low volatilities and high boiling point, it will concentrate in liquid phase, and if the substance have high volatilities and low boiling point, it will concentrate in gas phase.
Then, how about the application of this distillation process?
The first application is in the industry fossil fuel, industry distillation, which is major class of in operation obtaining material which from the crude oil for fuels and the chemical feedstocks. Application which is distillation permits separation of air into its component, which is oxygen, nitrogen and argon. And this three gas is used for in the industry chemistry. Large amount of the crude liquid product from a chemical synthesis are distilled to separate them, which is from the other product or from the impurities.
7 steps to calculate number of stages in distillation column.
There are 7 steps in calculating the number of stages in distillation column. The first step, you need to plot the equilibrium curve and the 45-degree line. For a second step, you need to plot for XF, XB and XD. For the third step, you need to draw for Q line based on equation. For the fourth step, you need to determine the rectifying operating line based on equation. Same goes with the fifth steps, that you need to determine the stripping operating line based on equation. For the sixth step, you need to start stepping from distillate and at the intersection of two operating lines. For the seventh step, you need to continue stepping until the stripping operating line. Last but not least, you can count the number of stages, and if you wanted to calculate the number of trays, you can subtract 1 for reboiler.
And then, this is the example on way to calculate number of stages step by step. Then, this is the prototype of distillation column that we built using the waste material. Then, the next part we are going to discuss is all about the gas absorption column and how the substance flow during this process.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I back to Madam. Today my name is Lukman Amin, and today me and my group members will present in detail about the gas absorption column. Okay, what is gas absorption column? So it can be defined as the operation which gas mixture in contact with liquid for purpose of dissolving one or more component of gas to the liquid. In order for this to happen, one type of soluble gas need to be in contact with the non-soluble gas that will be dissolved in the water or any liquid to so-called the experiment was successful. So as this experiment is ongoing, the mass transfer will happen in the opposite direction to each other. And as you can see on this prototype that made successfully by my group member, you can see there are certain type of component that need to be held by the gas absorption column. Okay. Firstly, you need to have the packet column. Packet column, as you can see here, there's three types and it is different to each other, and it will be discussed by my friend later. But next, you need to have the circulation pump. Also, this bottle is present the water tank that will be filled up by the water. Next, the compressor air that will help the gas mixture and the liquid to flow to each other, per column from one to another, and many type of valve to ensure the close and open line. Okay. Okay. In order to have a successful gas absorption column, we need to have a good or an ideal properties of solvent. Okay. I need to be highlighted that there's certain type which called gas solubility, volatility, cost, and viscosity. Okay. For the good solvent, it need to have a high solubility because it will increase the rate of absorption between the gas and to the liquid. Liquid can be held as water, hydrogen, and oil, or it can be used. Especially you need to have low cost, inexpensive, because it will help to increase the production of any industry. Okay, next, volatility. So solvent need to be non-volatile because if it is volatile, it will be easily lost to the surrounding as it happen due to small difference of temperature. Next, the viscosity. The low viscosity will help to increase the absorption rate. So all the factors need to be highlighted and need to be maintained by the industry. So for the application of the gas absorption column, we can easily seen in the food industry. For example, the beverage, as in the Coke. So we usually open up the top of the can and produce the gas. So that gas in the liquid are usually produced by the gas absorption column. And the last one, in the natural oil. Natural oil usually have unpleasant smell to ourselves. So in order to reduce or to remove the smell, the hydrogen will be dissolved in the natural oil by using the gas absorption column. So that's a little bit from me, and I will handle it to my friend.
Assalamualaikum, madam. My name is Mr. Aziz. I will explain the pipe column system. Okay. Pipe absorption tower is most common type of absorption tower with high flow rate of liquid solvent. It consists of 3 pipe column and also a water tank. Here is a circulation pump, control panel, and also valve for compressed air and solid gas, which is air mixture. Okay, for the flow system. Okay, for the flow system, firstly, the procedure, we set the water level, desired water level in the tank, and then ensure all the valve is closed. So when we use the pipe column 1, only certain valve are open, which is V1, V4, V7 and V8 is open. So and then we switch on the circulation pump and let the water run for 5 to 10 minutes for stabilize it. After that, we open the valve for the air compressed and solute gas, which is a air mixture, to run in the system for 5 to 10 minutes to make it stable. Okay, what happened in the column 1? What happened in the column 1? Air mixture enter from the bottom and the water enter from the top. Air contact with the liquid, so the air will rise up and the liquid gas at the bottom. Okay, air will rise up and the liquid gas will stay at the bottom. Liquid solvent will recycle to fully utilize. Some liquid solvent removed for further treatment. Okay, back. Finally, the product, we take the product at the valve B12. Same goes to the pack column 2 and also pack column 3. Product is the same, only the difference is which valve to open. Okay, that's all.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fahmi bin Azmi and I'm going to explain this gas absorption column. So, as we know, there are three main types that we need to know about the gas absorption column, which we mainly known as A, B and C. Which A is solute, which are harmful gas. B is the carrier, which is air, mainly air. C is solvent, like pure water. So, like we do in the lab, there are flow of water that will react with the harmful gas. So, as an example, this is the PET column that we want to use. There are the flow of CO2, the harmful gas, will come from the bottom of the PET column. So, when it go upwards, the water will counter current the flow of the CO2 and they will react in the PET column. So why is there is PET in this column? Because it's want to increase the surface area of the absorption to increase efficiency of this absorption. So I will continue like we do in the lab, the procedure in the lab. So, like we in the lab, we are using CO2 as the harmful gas and water as the solvent. So, we need to open the feed valve gradually until the desired flow rate is 1.5 liter. Ensure the water flow rate is stable for 10 minutes. Depending on the column to be operated, open valve V1, V2 and V3. Set the air flow rate by gradually open the feed valve FCV1. So in this experiment, we are going to use two types of flow rate, which is 40 and 60. So different flow rate will give different type of results. So after steady state condition are reached, set CO2 flow rate by open valve FCV2 gently until CO2 rate is 2 liter per minute is achieved. So 2 liter per minute of CO2. So after the absorption happen in this column, we're going to draw 2 ml of sample for every 5 minutes and repeat it for next flow rate. So after we take the result, we're going to analyze, like we are using titration by using NaOH and HCl. So we can predict how many of NaOH that are reacted, so we can calculate the efficiency and we can improve the absorption column, so we can get more harmful gas being absorbed and we can save our environment. So thank you from me. That's all from us.
7 steps in calculating number of stages of absorption column.
Observation, there are 7 steps for calculating multi-stage absorption. For the first step, we must plot the equilibrium curve. Then, we must plot the given composition, which is top plate as P and bottom plate as Q. When we have plot a given Q Q and P. Then we will draw an operating line from point P to Q. From the plot P and Q, we must draw an operating line which is from point P to Q. Then we must draw a equilibrium line which is from point Q to D, which is in equilibrium line. Then we must extend the horizontal line from point B to E, which referred as NTH plane. Then we can start steeping the stage. Lastly, calculate the stage.
So, these are all the steps on how to calculate number of stage in absorption. Finally, this is the last part of this video. The picture of prototype of absorption column that we built using the waste material.